Hello, hello! Welcome everyone! Let's fun thing. Hi! Hopefully tonight we're going to be, finishing, that's the word, this lovely, amazing, fabulous, wonderful game. I'm trying very hard to figure out values, because I feel like, I'm telling you, I feel like like, even though I'm using the same mic, like, having a new PC is, like, changed up how it's, like, registering audio or some shit. I don't even know. Hopefully, this is good. Hopefully. But yeah, we're gonna hopefully finish up Witches as Warlocks tonight. I forget where we were. I just know the game, we kind of just crashed and burned in terms of the live stream. Yeah. Although, okay. I did try a thing today, and I want to warn everyone. I kept seeing TikTok videos of adorable, cute little fall things where the women, because it's almost always women in these cute fall videos, right? We're like, oh, yeah, get yourself some apple cider and then vanilla ice cream and put it in the cider so it's like an apple cider float. And I went, that sounds delicious. That sounds like a fabulous idea. Please and thank you. Tried it. It's like a 3 out of 10. Like, it's tolerable. It's totally, like, I finished it. I would not go out of my way to make it again unless I want to try and, like, figure out how to make it good. Which I might, because I am stupid enough to force an idea to work that it's not working. You can ask Owl. I do it all the time. All the time. Yeah. Okay, let's get going though. And I forgot to change over what game. Every time. Every time. There we go. God, I love the new overlays. I think they look so good. Of course not Miss... that's right, we were in the middle of one of Carmilla's events. Of course not Mrs. Carmilla. I'll be next week. No, tomorrow. I'll never go anywhere else. I knew he had a remarkable taste. Thanks again. After the man pays, I watch, mouth hanging open, and he stumbles off with half the store in tow. There's a sudden gentle pressure at the bottom of my jaw as Carmilla closes it with her finger. Oh, my little witch, don't tell me you've fallen for me too. But I think anyone who isn't as powerful as I am would have been falling over themselves by now. You were amazing. But it wasn't all just you, was it? For someone who rarely studies, you sure got a keen intuition. You're right. You're absolutely right, indeed. He liked me just fine, but I may have given him just a teensy nudge. Okay, chat is just having a hard time loading. I'm so paranoid now. Cause, like, I swear, it's like, numbers keep getting weird. Like, we hit 0 yesterday, but there weren't no issues. I don't know what happened. I'm so bamboozled, I'm slipping into a southern accent. That's how you know it's bad. Oh. Leave me alone, Norton. CPU usage! No shit, I'm streaming. A magical nudge, right? Correct. She's so cute. Unironically, Carmilla's adorable. To elaborate for you, my struggling employee, we vampires have natural abilities to enthrall and hypnotize mortals or lesser undead at our leisure. A spell you may refer to as enthrall. If there's so much as a if there's so much as a seed of potential for that feeling to flourish, we can. Smiling, she mimics the bloom of a flower with both hands. Help it sprout, so to speak. So, you're saying you can instantly make anyone like you? The endless possibilities soon rack in my brain. Imagine what a distinguished matchmaker that's me could do with a spell like... Not quite love. We can't do anything at all. We can't do anything at all against those with indomitable wills, such as yourself. Nor can we place genuine feelings of friendship or love either. For a matter of fact.
And so.
But enthrall makes friendship easy to imitate. I figured it out. Dyslexic girl figures out how to read. So I try to be a little nice about it. It makes the jobs and job and other things much easier after all.
Wow.
I see. No wonder Mr. West has been singing your praises. Has he now? I am his best saleswoman, but I'm just here for fun, not like you, my dear. Yes, it's super hard, Carmilla. I wish I was even half as beautiful and talented as you. She straightens up and places a hand against her cheek and turns away to hide in her cape's collar. Carmilla's good at dishing out compliments, but she can rarely take them. Huh? Cute.
Oh my.
I suppose you do have a little potential. Tell you what, you've been poring over those books for hours, so I'll give you a real lesson as a reward for your flattery.
All right.
I'm at your disposal, my lady. I absolutely love how unironically the main character of this game just like low-key knows how to manipulate people, but doesn't use it for evil. Just uses it to make sure that, you know, they don't fail their final exams. Like, I take an exaggerated bow and grin up at her. She immediately claps both hands together.
My dear.
Oh, you're so cute that I could just eat you up. Just don't think I'll go easy on you because of that.
Listen carefully.
Alright, I'll teach you how to cast Enthrall. We got to work. Carmilla points out pages in my book with a potion of enthrallment, then steers me around the store so I can collect the ingredients myself. I think I learn better by doing things. It's easier to remember where everything is when I'm physically holding it, as well as being coached by someone else. Brewing takes a while, so Carmilla moves around helping other customers still. She manages to check in on me every now and then. At one point, she sees my progress and even nods in satisfaction.
Well,
And
that's everything.
and that's everything. Now drink up, my dear. That's the only way it'll work. I wrinkle my nose at the smell, like 2 or 3 perfumes that should never mix, but still pour that potion down my throat.
Enthrall. How do you feel?
Kind of tingly.
Wonderful. Now,
That's, at least sounds correct for another being. Now wait until someone comes into the... Don't worry, I already have someone in mind. A mischievous grin slides across my lips as I call upstairs to Mr. West.
come on.
Hey, Mr. West! My voice echoes through the shops, but it's nothing like the one that booms back at me. What?
Yes.
I need a raise. Huh? No way, newbie. You just started here. Get back to work. I blink in confusion. Then, exasperated, I turn back to Carmilla. What? Why didn't it work? Oh, my poor sweet student. It's your very first time enthralling. It takes significant practice to make it work on someone like grumpy old Mr. West. You would need to be almost as excellent as moi.
Duh.
Aw.
Don't you worry.
But don't you worry your pretty little head one bit, my dear. Carmilla gives me a few short pats on the top of my head.
You know?
The lovely Carmilla will teach you all sorts of things, and you'll be rolling in the dough in no time. How does that sound?
Wow.
Great. You really are the best, Carmilla. Oh my, I think I'm going to enjoy watching your progress, Cat.
Dear little witch.
Let's continue to work hard. Can't have you failing those exams, no? I love the way she talks, too. It's so fun. How are we looking on potions? We're not looking great on potions. We're drinking the same potion, that additional potion. So triple the output of your third choice. Brew 3 different potions. Carmilla will give you 2 random additional options. Well, that's what I want to do, so hoorah, hoorah. Oh my god, why is the chat not loading? Since there were basically no customers at lounge near the cash register flipping through a magazine, that's when I got interrupted by someone clearing their throat. Glancing up, I saw Damien, who looked extremely uncomfortable. After my usual dance around them, and them shying away, they finally confessed to having lost an ear that they were looking to replace. Using a scent track, I was able to locate a flirty and one flash, rewarding me with one of Damien's rare smiles and a pat on the back from Mr. West. Okay, we made a little more money. That's good. God, we've only learned 2 spells? That's bad. I don't know how long we've been at it, so I can't. Oh no! Trying to remember what the exams are like and what spells I forget. I think we're gonna go through all of Carmilla's and then we're gonna fill in what I think would be useful. Like, I think hover is gonna end up being, or I guess if we have fly, we won't need hover. But yeah, like, I think there is, like, one spell from Damien that's, like, I really need. I forget which one. It's, like, one that lets you talk to dead things. Reason with corpses. Yeah, so this is the one. So yeah, we do this. And yeah, let's go.
6.
I look around the empty shop. It's only minutes to dawn. Without a customer in sight, we might be able to go home soon. I, too, am trying to be out of sight. Since there hasn't been anyone here for hours, Carmilla and I have been trying to entertain ourselves.
7, 8.
As quietly as I can, I shove myself into one of the empty barrels in the display window, careful to replace the lid over my head.
9, 10. Come on.
Come out, my dear. You can't possibly hope to hide from me. I press both hands over my mouth to silence the giggles that are bubbling in my chest. I'm a master of hide and seek, the sneakiest, the unseen cat nightshade. There's no way she'll be able to find me now. After all, who would think to look in the lid pops off my head within seconds. I look up to see Carmilla grinning down at me with a smug look on her face. There you are. That makes, what, 45 wins for me, and for you, a paltry 0? How? Just how?
Curious.
Little witch? She offers a hand to help me. Her voice sing song and teasing. I nod, brushing the dust from my clothes. Vampires can sense worth. Oh my god! I'm definitely not late due to Mario Kart. Dude, I was late to my own stream. Like, no need to say, like, you're late or whatever. I'm late to my own damn streams half the time, let's be real. Runs of blood nearby, particularly if we've sampled it before. Mortals call the spell Scent of Blood.
What?
You've been cheating all of these games then?
No.
Not cheating, I just have a natural advantage. Carmela gives me an impish grin. She's definitely cheating. So what else is that kind of magic good for other than hide and seek?
My dear.
Why, all sorts of things, my dear. Oh my god, why am I yawning? I have no reason to be this goddamn sleepy, but I am. For some reason. It works on recent bloodshed for one. Even when a corpse has gone cold, I can still sense the approximate location and time of death through its residual warmth. I gasp at her.
Oh, you mean...
So you can find murders and stuff. I actually helped Herbie get out of a sticky situation with my ability. Mr. West, what happened? Oh, you know, wrong place, wrong time.
And so?
The guards had him handcuffed and they were ready to take him to jail for a murder in the alley next door. She casually points to the side of the shop, almost as though discussing where she found a lost animal. I feel a chill run down my spine at the realization. I use that alley to get to work.
But, you know.
I forgot to mute my phone. I'm not cheating, I just broke their legs. What is with you and breaking legs? I swear, half the people in my chat, like, just, you have jokes about, like, Red 40, breaking legs, like, what is with my chat? Everyone has, like, a gag that they bring. Herbie didn't have a license to obtain stock in that matter, so a conviction would have been devastating. But turns out it was a particularly nasty, competitor trying to frame him. The real culprit's blood was at the scene, so I was able to turn them in before Herbie was tried.
Amazing.
That's amazing, Carmilla. But how were you so sure it wasn't Mr. West? You know how stingy Herbie is? There's no way he would risk his entire business just for a few parts. If I know anything at all about that man, it's how much he cares about this store. I nod slowly, amazed by both her magical talents and her ability to solve what could have been a devastating blow to Mr. West and his business. Wow, that's wild.
Can you teach me?
Sounds like that skill could really come in handy. Do you think you could teach me how to do it too? I squat down and plead some at her for good measure. I don't know. It wouldn't make hide and seek very much. Oh my god. I can't read for shit. Why do I keep picking visual novels? My English teacher, I'm pretty sure, is concerned since apparently a kid at school keeps running out, so I suggested breaking his legs. What is with you and breaking legs? Literally. I don't, very fun anymore. Carmilla rolls her head about her shoulders, disinterested in my cries, and I jump up with my arms outstretched at her, ready to object.
Wow.
It's only fun to you because you're winning. Obviously.
Come on.
Oh, come on. Will you teach me if I promise not to use it during hide and seek? Plus, next time anyone frames Mr. West, you can sit back and just order me around to investigate. How does that sound? Oh, good point, love. If you agree to be prudent as well, I may be generous enough to show you. It's easy and efficient. I don't think breaking legs are not easy. It is the opposite of easy. Like, do you know how hard it is to break a femur? That is the hardest bone in the body to break. I do not want to have to drag you out of trouble too, after all. I promise. Alright, I'll teach you how to cast scent of blood. Carmilla spends the rest of our shift showing me how to track blood through scent alone. Oh! That was a loud noise. That startled me. Someone's doing laundry. Okay. We're good. We're fine. But why are you knocking on the wall now? I'm streaming! Oh my god! Oh my god! That was definitely my father. It was time to give it the old Dormamere try.
Scent of blood.
With one good whiff of it causing my face to scrunch up, my tongue to roll out of my mouth in disgust. Yuck. I suppose that means it's working. Don't worry, you get used to it with practice, darling. So she says by the end of the night, I feel like it may never leave my nose. However, it just might come in handy someday. Just hopefully not too soon. Got no money, dun da da. Got bad grades. Please, oh please, come to my aids. I swoop around the corner just to catch Damien sitting near the stairs. What are they up to today?
Phew.
Almost finished.
Just one more.
After this, around the knee.
Damien.
Hiya! I open my palms like a baseball catcher, half expecting one of their eyes to pop out in surprise. Thankfully, everything stays put this time.
Please don't.
Baseball back? Bones go burr! No! Stop it! That's not... No, Pop-Tart! Oh, God. Cat, please don't sneak up on me like that. Sorry. I didn't know you were so focused. What were you doing? I thought I heard a whoops oh my god, I know the word. I don't know how to pronounce the word right now, though. The pronunciation has lost my mind. Oh my god. To not intimidate. Oh my god, how do I pronounce that? I know the... Goddamn, whatever. The sound, I zip out my arm in a long, exaggerated stance. Oh, that was... Damien moves aside to reveal a disassembled human leg, a needle and a thread moving on its own to stitch up a cut just below the... Wait, hold on. Moving on its own.
Wow.
Damien, you never told me you could do magic.
Oh, it's nothing
just an enchantment my maker taught me. It's nothing special.
Well,
Hey, it's still more than I can do.
It's a magic spell.
No, really, it's nothing special. Just, the stitch spell.
I could teach you.
I could teach it to you. I mean, if you want, that is.
thank you.
Really? Yes, thank you, Damien. If it was from someone who... If this was from someone who was causing you problems, you know you can talk to me, right?
Huh?
Problems? I gesture at their disattached leg, which is obviously not in the greatest of shape. If someone did this to you, they'll definitely be hearing from me.
It's not.
Oh my gosh, no, not like that at all. Some of the parts I get from Mr. West at the human shop are just a bit,
You see.
bargain quality, you see. I'm at Tate? What does that even mean? What does at Tate mean? Does that mean anything? I don't think it means anything. Damien fidgets, trying to find a way to convey their meaning without saying a single bad word about Mr. West.
Oh,
So you mean they're all a bit worn and banged up as this guy?
Yes.
In a manner of speaking, yes. Naturally, Source can apply a lot of things.
Anyway.
Just watch this. Damien recalls the needle from the leg and threads it. They remove a small pink vial from their ribcage and drip the ends of the thread in the liquid, murmuring an incantation. I think I've heard this somewhere. Perhaps in a class once, before I fell asleep. Almost instantly, the needle leaps from Damien's fingertips and begins to work on stitching shut a cut above his knee.
Wow.
Damien, that's amazing!
Sure.
I brought some hands that need some stitching. There's an extra vial of in the bag too. You can I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce anything. Just assume I can't pronounce shit and I'm being stupid for playing more visual novels. I swoop over to said bag. Try on those. I'm glad you're so enthusiastic.
After all.
Why wouldn't I be? You're an awesome teacher. They look a bit flustered by my last remark.
Watch closely, please.
Please. Cat, I'll try and teach you how to catch Stitch.
Stitch.
So just hold it like this and I follow Damien's example. I make the wounds begin to stitch itself back up.
Damien.
I'm doing it! It's working perfectly! The fingers suddenly start moving and the hand springs up at me. Eee!
Be careful.
Cat. Without a word, Damien, my sweet, shy little Damien, charges forward like my vigilant knight. They smack down that nasty palm as if it were an insect. With a rolled up newspaper from the table nearby, the hand
Are
collapses.
you alright?
You have to be careful with the intention of animation spells, or you may end up raising something. Noted.
But.
Sorry, I'll be super extra careful from now on. But, I jump at Damien and pull them into a hug.
Wow.
It was really cool, Damien, the way you went flying in with your magic newspaper.
Thank you.
Thanks for saving me.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
What?
But it wasn't much, really. My maker, he just do that when my spells got out of control, so... What's wrong?
It's nothing.
But I think that concludes our lesson for the day. I think it concluded when the hand died back there. Damien tenses up a bit at the word died. I'm kind of curious, but my people skills tell me they aren't ready to talk about it, so I bite my tongue and push back my usual nightshade ways for them.
Anyway.
Thank you for the lesson, Damien. Damien doesn't seem to hear me, likely lost in thought, so an effort to give my dear friend some space, I see myself out.
Maybe.
Another time, then. I was trying to help, but then remembered I struggle with words too. But in all seriousness, the leg bit is probably another reason why I'm alone. I mean, I have weird bits too, to be honest. We should probably... It's purple, but they say they're pink. We'll buy some pink potions, because we're trying to romance Carmilla. Bum 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 bum. Onwards!
Love, love, love.
That makes the world go round, round, round. I finished my classes early today and didn't have anything else to do except maybe study, so I thought I would head to work a little early. By the time I reached a stop, Carmilla is already approaching the front door.
Carmilla.
Hey, Carmilla!
Mhm.
Oh, you showed up on time, little witch. That's a first. She boops me on the nose and smiles, fangs exposed. What? Hey, I'm always on time. My time. I suppose I can't exactly argue with that. But there's no point in us speaking out in the cold. Let me just... I'm not gonna attempt that shit. I think not. Was that German? Oh, was it German? I forgot the key at home. Cupping her hands around her mouth, Carmilla calls up calls? No, it says calls up the second story window. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say crawls, but... Darling, Cat and I have arrived. Let us in. Wait a few seconds for a response, but nothing happens. Is he even up? Is he even here today?
No.
No, I guess not. Ugh.
I suppose.
It's troublesome, but I suppose I have no choice. She sighs heavily and presses her fingertips against the brick wall. With momentum, Carmilla launches herself upwards. Such a simple movement, but it's really effective. If she wasn't touching the wall, I'd think she was flying. Within seconds, the second story window. Positioned against the window sill, she taps against it and then unlocks the window and heads in. After a few minutes, the front door swings open. Nothing I can't handle with ease, though it's certainly been a while since I last exerted myself. I gaze in awe at Spider Camilla.
Wow.
Wow, I can't even. What was that? You really grabbed the wall and then zoom! I gestured wildly, motioning my hands like a rocket ship taking off. Carmilla chuckles. Oh, that old trick, I'm rather fond of it. I learned it a while back in, the 14th century, or perhaps it was the 15th. Carmilla presses her fingers to her lips in thought, then quickly waves the issue away.
At any rate.
Nevertheless, it's quite easy. You simply channel your magic through your fingertips and you scroll. In fact, I may be so inclined to show you how. Really? Please, Spider Carmilla, only someone as talented as you could teach me the spell. I look at her with big, round, begging eyes and a pout for good measure. Oh, all right, my sweet. I'll teach you how to cast Crawl. She takes my fingertips in her dainty hands, positioning them against the wall. Carmilla then instructs me in the method of blast off, or at least she tries to.
Crawl. Wonderful.
Great, now go. I'm not sure I can, Carmilla. My finger, they're kind of sort of stuck to the wall.
Come on.
Hang in there.
Well.
It's more like I'm not hanging here, but
Don't you worry.
you're not going to let a little clinginess stand in your way, are you?
No.
Don't get discouraged. It's only your first try. Keep going. Carmilla, I really think I'm stuck. Like, stuck.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Perhaps you're pulling too hard?
Wait.
Think of it like a magnet. You need to... Oh, no. I tried following her suggestion, but loosened my grip too much and fall backwards. In a panic, I squeeze my eyes shut. Is this the end of Cat Nightshade? Am I done for? But there are so many couples I haven't matched yet, so many sweets I haven't tried, and this is so real. This is, like, on my deathbed, I'm not gonna regret most things. I'm gonna regret, though, like, oh my god, that art piece I had I thought of last night. I was never able to finish it. Oh no.
Huh?
I'm fine, but it doesn't feel like I'm on the ground. I look up to see a pair of violet eyes. Is Carmilla carrying me?
Wonderful.
Ah, excellent. I was just in time. But that smile, don't tell me you planned to do this just so you could end up in my embrace.
No.
No, of course not. I'm just relieved. Is that so? What a troublesome little witch. Alas, I think that's enough practice for now. We still have to set up the shop.
Right.
I got to admit, this is definitely useful. I can't count how many times I've forgotten my keys at home. I just need to master it like I've mastered matchmaking. Hee. Carmilla, this would be a pretty neat trick for burglary, huh? I wag my eyebrows suggestively at Carmilla huffs as she walks inside, still carrying me in her arms.
I don't.
Oh, what are you implying? I would never steal. Strange, you seem to be stealing me right now. That's simply because a certain mischievous little witch may run off to try again if I let her go.
Well.
Though, Carmilla? Do you only use this spell when you forget your keys? Carmilla hesitates for a second and her fingers lightly press against her bottom lip. As we enter the shop, she gently says to me, "Oh, you're my chair." Oh my god, I cannot be getting tired.
Dear.
Ah, sweet thing. The spell's original purpose was, was secret? What? With an individual I was, shall we say, very fond of. Secret? I'm gonna say visits. Others did not approve of us, but we were able to enjoy each other's company in secret.
Love, love, love.
Oh, a secret rendezvous with just two of you? How romantic.
I suppose.
Yes, I suppose it was. Carmilla's smile is touched by a hint of melancholy when she turns away and starts working. But if she's distracted, I could... No, bad cat. I can always, sneak out to practice climbing on my break. Cat. Nightshade. Nightshade is the best. Find you some from the rest. I sing quietly to myself as I dust the inside of the human shop, doing my best to keep the wares clean and tidy. Which come to think of it, was kind of, necessary. It was starting to get gross in here, especially the drapering. Oh my god, I can't read! Chat, I can't read for shit. I'm so bad at my job. Oh my god, feel like be funny and read. I guess that'd be 3. I also can't count, chat. But I don't know anyone who's good at math. Just looking at these curtains makes me want to sneeze. I should probably take them outside before I start beating them. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. I go to tug them down, and a cloud of dust ambush me as I do so. By the time it's cleared, there isn't a wall behind the drapery, but an ancient portrait framed in gold. A familiar dark-haired woman gazes down at me with an empty yet captivating violet eyes, and I... Wait a second. Carmilla?
Yes.
Yes, sweetness? I didn't hear her approach, so when I whip my head around to see her standing beside me, I jump out of my skin a little. This is you, right? Not like a great-great-great-grandma that also happens to be your doppelganger? Mm-hmm, indeed it is. What a keen eye you have. This is a portrait of yours truly, the eternally gorgeous Countess of Carluna? I don't know how to say that, but fun little detail. The background, there was a drape up here, but now it's the little portrait. I just think that's so cute. The attention to detail. They didn't need to do that, but they did, and I'm pretty sure it stays like that for the rest of the game, too. What an error that was.
Amazing.
You were nobility? She folds her arms and raises her brow at me and gives my chest a small poke with her index finger.
Come on.
Were, I most definitely still am. Yes, of course, my lady. But wait, what is this painting even doing here anyway? She doesn't respond. Rather, when I look over, she's tracing a finger over the filament on the portrait's frame, no doubt gathering dust from whatever era she sees in that far-off gaze.
Well.
Just a minute, oh Countess. The frame's a little crooked.
Wait.
No, cat, don't touch. Too late. I grasp the frame and adjust it accordingly. When I do, a scrap of paper falls out from behind the painting. What's this? I lift up the parchment. It's a faded pencil sketch of a woman with hair that flows like the ocean's waves and eyes as dark as a moonless night. There's something mischievous in her smile that draws me in.
Wow.
Wow, that's a beauty.
Don't touch it.
Before I can react, Carmilla snatches the picture from my hand with fury in her eyes and creases her brow. I blink, taken aback, and a bit hurt. It's just a drawing, so what's her problem? Unless... Did you know her? A friend of yours? Camilla sighs, taking a lingering look at the photo, and gently runs a finger across the girl's paper cheek.
I suppose.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
My greatest hunt.
She was my greatest hunt. I never since pursued a human of her caliber.
Well...
I'm willing to bet there's an impossibly good story behind it all.
Yes.
Oh, there most certainly is. There's a glint in her eyes as she takes one last look at the portrait. Slowly, she rolls it back up with extreme tenderness. I guess it's no surprise that the picture's in still good condition when she handles it like that.
6 centuries ago.
This little delicacy named Forthwit came forthwith to my manor.
She was.
She was hoping to hunt me as revenge for an incident that occurred in her village, unbeknownst that she herself would become my quarry.
For months.
We played a game of cat and mouse, pursuing each other to the limit, but never quite gaining the upper hand.
Until one day.
Eventually, I cornered her in an alleyway. I leaned forward, as if sitting on the edge of my seat.
Oh!
And then what? You drank her blood?
Mm-hmm.
Nearly to the last drop? Camilla smiles, and yet there's something forced about her cheer when she speaks. I can see her run her fingertips along the edge of the page.
Until...
Some no-good busybody arrived to save her. I barely escaped with my life that night. This is where I'm going to remind everyone, historically speaking, vampirism was used as a metaphor for homosexuality, and specifically sexual affection. Hint, hint, I barely escaped with my life that night.
Wow.
Gosh, how did you do it?
Naturally.
I outsmarted them. She flicks her hair off her shoulders with the back of her hand.
You know?
Vampires are apex predators, as you should be fully aware by now. When faced against mere mortals, we always come out on top. Okay, but that's all true.
Why?
Why do you look like you're about to cry? Camilla's jaw hardens. I feel like she's about to chew me out, but after a long, very awkward pause, she laughs, the kind of laugh someone who has resigned themselves to the most pitiful fate.
I suppose.
It isn't easy to hide affairs at the heart from the master matchmaker, is it? You've caught me twice today, little witch. I open my mouth to reply, but the pained look on her face brings me to a halt. An unknown sensation starts to build up within my chest. With a sigh, she tucks the roll of paper behind the portrait.
Oh dear.
But, Cat, my dear, there are some plots not worth digging into. Her piece spoken, Carmilla returns to doing inventory, leaving me alone with my thoughts. I guess there's no helping her right now, no matter with how much I want to be there for her. Da da da. Bum 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 bum. Two additional, last choice, 2 random, 3 random. I'm not gonna do 3 random. I really want a lot more. What? Triple output for your 3rd choice. Okay. If that's the case, I'm gonna do that then. Mr. Russ told me to go to the storage room and get a rather specific item for a customer. He gave me very clear instructions about how to navigate the expansive catacomb-like area. But how was I supposed to remember all that? When I found the item I was supposed to get, I caught a glimpse of a pretty dagger just a few shelves over, went to quickly inspect it, and as expected, I found myself utterly lost afterwards. Stumbling through the storage room for what? Oh no! Only to find Mr. Wes glaring at me from the top of the stairs. Apparently, he was about to go searching for me because the customer had left, deciding the item was not worth the wait anymore. Oh god. Okay. Time to learn more spells, Leon! Bum 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 bum. Whale could also be good. I mean, okay, I think we're gonna try and finish Carmilla, and then we're just gonna kind of bat out the other ones. I'm not gonna read them as in depth because I do want to finish this. I don't know though. On my deathbed, I expect all the cringiest memories of mine to replay in my head. Mood. Woo-boo! Start this up. As I turn the corner of the alleyway heading down to the human shop, I notice the lights are out. I check the time on the clock tower nearby. I'm pretty sure we should be open right now. Was there another holiday this close to Halloween? I don't think so. After all, I keep a tab of all the holidays for my matchmaking purposes. I approach the door and cautiously take a hold of the handle and pull. It swings open. I do not like that. I do not no, thank you. And the little bell echoes through the empty space. Inside, the store is pitch black. Even the street lamps outside can barely illuminate more than a few inches indoor, as if someone is stopping them from doing so. Magic? I feel my heart thump heavily inside my chest as I step into the store. Carmilla, are you there? My voice comes out a tiny, frightened squeak. I cleared my throat and reach out for a candle or any sort of light, really, only to knock one of the displays over instead. Sounds like a pickled eyeballs, too, by the squench. I definitely don't look forward to cleaning that up later.
Hello?
Carmilla? Mr. West? There it is again! I do not like it! Suddenly, a soft breeze nearly knocks my head off. I gasp, instinctively crouching down to cover my head. When I look up, I see a small silhouette balancing on the second floor banister, candle in hand. Well, 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 what do we have here? Who are you? You entered the domain of Countess Carmilla, mortal, being of the night, ruler of the creatures of the dark, mistress to time itself. Carmilla, it's you? Carmilla swoops down from the second floor, her cape billowing like a dark cloud around her. I yelp as she lands in front of me with the agility of a cat. Her footsteps are silent against the floorboards. The candle suddenly lights up all at once, banishing the eerie darkness. Camilla stands above me, her shoulders trembling with laughter. You're surprisingly easy to spook, my dear. An odd trait for a witch. Hey, that wasn't funny. I nearly had a heart attack. No, 3 heart attacks. I clutch my chest for emphasis, press against my forehead with the back of my hand, as though I were seconds away from passing out. I need water! With the previously noisy thud of my heart against my ribcage beginning to die down. Dear me. Well, rest assured, little witch, I would take responsibility if you were feeling faint. How did you even do that, jumping from so high? I mean, is there some kind of wire attached to your back? I spin Carmilla around in search, but find nothing. She crosses her arms and gently shoos me away.
Not at all.
Of course not. Vampires can fly. We're all powerful apex predators for a reason. So you could have just gotten that skeleton by yourself the other day without me falling off the ladder? Well, not quite. A fly is, I suppose, a stretch, despite being the name of the spell. We can only glide and swoop down from high places. Soaring high up is nigh impossible. It's not quite like a witch upon their broomstick. Before I can even ask, Carmilla smirks at me. But flight is certainly an appropriate witchy skill, is it not? Would you like to learn how to do it? Of course. What kind of thing can this spell be used for? There always seems to be something. Aesthetics. Come again. You can't expect every spell to have some kind of integral use or higher purpose, you know. Some of these things are just for entertainment. It simply looks positively captivating when you swoop down upon your audience. but I suppose a clutch such as yourself could utilize it to curb falling habit as well.
Oh.
I guess I can't argue with that. So will you teach me, oh, being of the night, ruler of creatures of darkness, mistress to time? She blushes as I recite her earlier lines and falls her arms dismissively at me.
I'll teach you.
All right, follow me. I'll teach you how to cast fly. I'm a very easily scared people. It's very easily scared to be. I'm able to very easily scare people. I figured out how to read. I figured out how to read it. I can't scare people when I purposefully intend to. But when I do it accidentally all the time, I'll just be like, hello. I'll be like, well, I just said hello. What? Or so she said. She led me to the baluster, explaining the process of casting the spell, and even demonstrates it a few times, but I'm not sure about this.
Come on.
You're never going to learn if you just keep watching me. Do you fear heights, my dear? Oh, sweetheart, you're absolutely certain you still want to do this? I nod in response. Camilla sighs and then climbs up on the banister beside me, then takes my hand. Very well, even if even the great cat Nightshade is daunted by this task, we shall do it together. Okay, on 3 then.
Oh.
That's the spirit,
All right.
love. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Fly.
I squeeze my eyes shut and together we leap from the banister. Hands intertwined, Carmilla and I glide down to the first floor of the shop. Eventually, we manage to make a silent landing near the front door. I gaze up at her, amazed, with my heart hammering against my chest. Carmilla returns the look with her smug smile.
Oh.
That's...
Well,
wasn't so bad, was it?
amazing.
That was amazing, Carmilla. I feel like as long as you're here, I really can do anything. Oh, what a charmer you are. Though, the only thing we should be doing for now is preparing for customers. We're never as busy this close to Halloween, so I may have taken a few liberties earlier with the schedule. Leave it to me. 0, 0, 0. I figured it out. How to pass your Halloween exams? No, how to hug you. To hug me?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I don't follow.
Well.
I can't hug you, and whenever I try to, I end up messing your essence, right?
That's right.
That's right, Cat. Very annoying, too. Because I've made of flesh and blood, and you're made of spirit, of ether, and magic. Taken you that long to figure out, has it? Almost 180 years? But listen to this.
Well,
I'm all ears, for better or worse. What if I turn into a spirit of ether and magic too?
good heavens.
Oh, good heavens, Cat, the Halloween exams are difficult, but they're not lethal! You wouldn't be facing any obstacle that could actually kill you, you know. No, I don't mean
I
that.
see.
0 unironically thought we were about to just end ourselves to give him a hug. TBH, I mean, like, look at him. That's all I'm gonna say. I walk very quietly so some people can't hear me come, and then turn and very funny. But like this, look,
Can you teach me?
I'm gonna say, look at him, okay? Make your own decisions about whether or not, you know, becoming a poltergeist is worth it. I have my own opinions. I mean, teach me a spell I can cast to transform the best matchmaker into a mimir, me, into a poltergeist like you. That's actually not a terrible idea, come to think of it.
All right.
It could be pretty useful to you for your exams. Then, there is a spell that will let me transform into a spooky spirit version of myself. My choice of words make him roll his eyes before continuing with his explanation. Almost. Intimidate? What? Huh? I don't know how to pronounce that. will make your form ghost-like. You'll be able to walk through walls, turn invisible, and hover in mid-air, just like any poltergeist. That sounds super cool. Teach me the spell,
Pay
Zero.
attention.
Alright, prepare yourself, Cat. I'm gonna teach you how to cast... However you say that.
Insubstantiate.
Insubstantiate. Thank you very much, game. Insubstantiate, insubstantiate, insubstantiate. I found myself growing lighter, fainter, ghostlier? I can't find my balance. Whoa.
Careful!
Zero makes as if to lunge for me, but checks himself at the last moment.
So,
It's easy to lose your balance in ghost form because you are no longer having a center of gravity. In fact, gravity doesn't even really apply to you anymore. Hover, Cat, hover! This takes a little getting used to, but you'll get the hang of it, as I did.
Zero.
Hovering! Hero! Zook, I'm hovering!
Huh?
You're a surprisingly quick learner. What do you mean, surprisingly?
Well.
Wait a second. I'm a poltergeist now, aren't I?
Yes.
For the moment, insubstantiate gives you a spirit's basic form for a fixed span of...
Right.
That means I can hug you at last.
Unfortunately.
Without waiting for Zero to finish, I throw my arms around him gleefully. Whoa.
You can't.
No
What happened? I felt a little cold and dizzy.
Now you know.
How it feels when you tried to hug me.
Why?
Because.
Poltergeists are incapable of touching each other, as living beings are incapable of touching us.
That means
Touch requires physical connection, and we, poltergeists, have nothing physical to offer. I see.
home now.
Don't look so, crescent-fall. Here, come with me. Zero starts to drift upward. His head touches the roof, then disappears right through.
Zero.
Come with me.
Come along. Drawing in a deep breath, I concentrate on floating upwards.
Wow.
I'm floating.
Mm-hmm.
Steady, Cat, almost. It's easier to pass through barriers for the first time if you close your eyes. Passing through the roof felt weird, like something went in and out of me that was there and not there at the same time. When I open my eyes again, the starry night spreads endlessly above, illuminated by a brilliant crescent moon.
Amazing.
In the past.
I'd love to sit on rooftops and watch the night go by a long, long time ago. Now I can get on rooftops much more easily, but floating is not sitting, and sometimes I...
Zero.
Hmm? Do you miss,
What?
Well.
you know, having a physical body? Zero tenses up and turns to me scornfully.
Huh?
Do I miss my toe? Do I miss stubbing my toe? Do I miss tripping over Do I miss tripping over branches and falling flat on my face? Do I miss having to climb flight after flight of stairs to get to the roof, only to find the door locked and key hidden away, huh? Do you, Zero?
Mind your own business.
Ah, I love Zero. I love Zero. I love Zero. I love Zero. We should learn hover. We should definitely learn hover. Oh god. We should learn hover. We should learn philosophize. Beyond that, I'm not sure. Cause we don't need to go down the list, but yeah, I kind of, because like, it's kind of meant to go down the list. I have a new routine. On each day I work, I meet Carmilla at the door. It's growing into a habit for us, meeting outside before our shift and going in together when I'm on time, of course. Our short stride through the entryway is easily becoming one of my favorite parts of the day, but... Evil! Evil! There's a wicked beast in our town! I jump back, spooked by the sudden noise. A screaming figure lingers in front of the shop, shouting his lungs out. A predator amongst predators. We must burn her, stake her before she slays any more innocents. Sir, are you okay? Beware, young one! You are gallivanting with death herself. I already sense her taint upon you. Begone, thrall of vampire. In hindsight, I should probably know better than to talk to strangers. Especially screaming ones. Don't talk to screaming strangers, kids. It's bad for you. But there's something familiar about this particular weirdo. And he's blocking the door. Now he's advancing towards me with a crossbow barely concealed under his cloak. Come on, please don't murder me. I haven't even had my one millionth match yet. There's no sanctum for people like you. Do not hide from my cleansing judgment. I stumble back a few steps when I realize that it isn't me he's looking at, but Carmilla? Embarrassing. Here I thought I was the demon. Like, when you think someone's waving at you and... What if I'm the screaming stranger? Then you probably shouldn't be doing that. I don't... Like, that's not very good for social life, or, you know, I don't think it's good for your mental health either, you know? I love this game's sense of humor, though. Like, it's so funny. Hold on, wait, he's after Carmilla. Help, I should call for help. I should eke his hands on the trigger. He's gonna make a ghastly kebab out of us. Sir, please, we can talk about this. But just as he shoots, Carmilla yanks me back. I'm about to scream, but I feel a finger over my lips and a warm breath near my ear.
Don't.
Say nothing. I nod, watching and waste a shot rolls along the ground. Waste a shot. There it is again! Why does it keep happening? My savior, Death herself, waves a hand. Then a thick patch of darkness soars forth and hides us within. I intently listen to how the man's heavy footsteps echo through the alleyway near the far. You can't run, demons! You can run, demons, but you can never escape. I will not forget the dishonor you dealt me and mine, and I will scour the earth to see justice done. We wait until his footsteps fade into the distance. Carmilla drops the veil of darkness and walks into the store without a word. I scramble in after her, struggling to gasp at what I just witnessed.
Well,
Carmilla,
no.
I don't want to talk about it.
Hey!
I do. You almost died.
Like,
And he was, like, straight up hunting you. Who is that guy? Camilla sighs again, but this time she doesn't brush me off. He's the Baron, or the Mad Baron, as he's better known. We have as some would call it, a history together. He was yelling a lot of mean stuff.
yes.
Yes, well, it's his ancestors' fault. A long time ago, the Mad Baron's ancestors struck a deal with me.
Anyway,
It was simple. I never harm his direct descendants, no matter how annoying they are, and in exchange, his family would cover up any accidents that might occur. She clicks her tongue together in annoyance and shakes her head. If I had known how frustrating they would have been to deal with, however, I would have never made that deal. Accidents?
yes.
I was young once, and I wasn't always as careful with blood as I am now. And the Baron's family, well, if I did not take them, surely pestilence or a failed harvest would have. She looks away, mumbling in bitterness. What was that a tisk I heard? He's almost upset because his house had fallen. Being terrible at your job can do that to you.
But, you know.
I mean, how is it my fault that his ancestor didn't do their cleaning properly? Even though Carmilla is pouting, I can sense a bit of guilt. Do you think he'll come back?
Yes.
Yes, unfortunately for me. He is stubborn as he is imbolic? Imbecilic? I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
I don't exactly know how he figured out I work here, but now he knows, and I don't even know.
And so,
In fact, he may even try interrogating you. What a bother. Really? Yes. He's not evil, per se. He should be pretty harmless to anyone who isn't me. Of course, he is still, well, you know, like that. Goodness, I'm incredibly sorry for getting you mixed up in all of this, Cat.
well...
It's okay. Now that I know, he's not really as scary as he was earlier. Oh, I have an idea. To make it up to you, I'll go over the darkness spell I used earlier with you. It allows you to cloak yourself in shadow. You may even invade him like that. Yes, I'm ready to stop, drop, and roll into the void away from that creep any day. Honestly, I think I'm going to start using that stop, drop, and roll into the void. 'Cause that's such a mood. That's such a mood, man. I give her 2 thumbs up of approval, and she smiles at my antics.
I'll teach you.
Alright then, I'll teach you how to cast darkness. Carmilla shows me the method. I thought she was just waving her hands, but the movement is really particular. When preparing the spell, I felt kind of like a ninja, or even spookier, a mime. Mimes are spookier than ninjas? I mean, I wouldn't say that, but like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the wrong one. I don't know. I'll ask Owl. Owl did like martial arts and shit. If anyone's knows anything about ninjas, it'd probably be Owl in my life, honestly.
Alright!
Oh, Carmilla, watch!
Darkness!
I practice forming small veils of darkness around the shop, each one growing a little larger, and more I concentrate on it. It's small, but it'll do the job. Well done, darling. I'll get better.
After all,
I'll need to repel that guy in case he ever comes back for you, right? Oh, the chances of that are quite low. You see, the neighborhood watch is quite exemplary at keeping this sort of his sort out. He does manage to slip by once in a blue moon, however, but well, he won't get the best of me. Of that, I have no doubt. Lawrence drops the crate with a heavy thud and then wipes his hands against each other, feeling accomplished yet unaware of my presence. He.
I think.
That's all the deliveries for today. Maybe I can finally nap. Laurie! Ugh. Lawrence turns stiffly to face me, his ears flattened against his hair.
Again.
Which I told you 1,000 times. My name is, I know, Lawrence, right? I watch as his ears perk back up again. They look so soft, so fuzzy, so I love it. I love literally all 4 of them. I love all 4 of them. They're all so well written. The werewolf is good. Zero is great. Carmilla is great. I like Damien. Like, I'm totally normal. How do you expect me to call you by your name if you don't use mine? I guess you have a point. His ears twitch a little and drop as he looks away. Is that a pout hiding behind his mask?
right.
That's it. I can't hold myself back any longer. I'm so sorry. Sorry for... Lawrence makes a noise somewhere between a whimper and a whine as I grab him by a headlock and ruffle his ears to my heart's content. I discover that if you scratch behind him, his foot starts tapping, but he grabs me by the shoulder and pulls me away before I can learn much more than that.
What are you doing?
Ah! Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so normal. I'm so normal about werewolf men. I'm so normal about werewolf men. Your ears are just so unbelievably cute. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
You have to.
You can't just go around touching people like that. At least ask first. So you would have said yes if I... No. My ears aren't a toy for foolish people to play with. My hearing's a lot more sensitive than yours. Every tap is an echo that reverberates in my head.
Oh.
I can't even imagine what that must be like. If I teach you, will you leave them be? Teach me.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna show me how to have super cute puppy ears?
No.
No, Pumpkinhead, I'll teach you what Big Ears, a spell to improve your hearing.
Duh.
Aw. Oh well, I suppose that could be useful too.
Right.
They're better to hear you with, my dear, am I right? I playfully wink at him, and then he thumps the palm against his forehead. You're so... Anyway, pay attention. This is how you cast What Big Ears.
What big ears.
Stay hydrated, y'all. I didn't think it was possible to improve your hearing through a few easy steps. But with a few simple gestures and the magic words, everything's a lot more in focus. An oncologist would hate us.
That should do it.
That should have worked. Tell me what you hear. I hear the beetles crawling around in the grass, the crows flapping their wings above us.
Good.
Anything else?
Well.
There are glasses clinking near the cafe down the hill from here, and
How?
what? Something is growling really close by. It isn't you, is it?
No.
No, but I don't hear a thing. Lawrence watches the area around us carefully, alert and ready for action. He seems to be taking this seriously. I hear the growl again, and without a doubt, it's definitely coming from Lawrence.
Well.
Are you sure it isn't you?
Of course not.
Go back home. The lesson is over. But Lawrence,
Watch yourself.
it might be unsafe. A witch that can't use many spells won't be able to defend themselves. He folds his arms and nods affirmatively at his own decisions.
I'll do it.
I'll look into the weird noise by myself. All right. Lawrence turns and leaves. I hear the growl again as he dashes off into the woods. That's when I suddenly realize that was his stomach, wasn't it? Hey, Lawrence, wait, it's okay. Maybe I'll bring along a box of treats or a dog bone next time. I'm so normal. I'm so normal. No, I'm not, but... Okay, so we've gone through all of Carmilla's. What's hover? Okay, we need potion. Where's Zero? Where's Zero? I don't see him. But we do. We need to create potions. I should. That'll give me 5 of purple or anything. Lawrence will triple the output of a third person. That one's probably the best right now. Cause yeah. I was stalking the shelves and heard sudden snickering and whispering to each other. I somehow got the feeling that they were up to no good, but didn't quite make out what they were saying. After improving my hearing, I realized they were planning to drop a darkness bomb so they could rob us blind, literally. I had them leave before any harm was done, then told Mr. West about the almost instant he warded me from my troubles.
Zero.
You know, Zero?
Yes.
Yes, Cat?
Well.
I've been thinking, I know very little about you, don't I?
That's right.
You know very little about everything, Cat. That's why you're in such an immediate danger of flunking your exams and getting expelled from Drumamere High.
Speaking of which,
How far did you progress with tonight's study plan? You've been by my side the whole time. You probably know the answers to the questions better than I do.
oh yeah.
Do I? In which case, I must warn you that unless you start studying seriously and stop wasting time asking insane questions, that's just it. I fold my arms across my chest in the most exacerbated expression I can muster. Zero isn't escaping this time.
Huh?
Eh? Whenever I bring up the topic of your past, you try to deflect it and change the subject.
Do I?
Yes.
You do, Zero. You're my oldest friend, and I want to know more about you. But if you don't wish to tell me anything, all you have to do is say so, and I'll stop because I respect your privacy.
Mhm.
This isn't a matter of privacy. He lets out a defeated sigh.
Actually.
The reason why I don't talk about my past is is hardly that glamorous. I simply haven't much of the past to talk about. But you've been a poltergeist for quite a long time, haven't you?
Yes.
For much, much too long.
My earliest memories.
were of haunting the north part of the graveyard in the name escapes me. It was a quaint little English village.
I remember.
The veins on the church steeple gleam in the vein of the church steeple in midday, and the low, sad chime of the church bell telling the hour to those who time no longer meant anything. His eyes are hazy, like the night sky. He reminisces about the distant memory of his past.
Oh.
It sounds so peaceful there. He whips his head towards me, my comment having broken him from his trance.
No.
Peaceful? It was so unremarkably boring that it drove me out of my mind.
Eventually.
One fine night, I decided I couldn't stand it any longer and left. I went here and there, haunting whatever took my fancy. Lonely, wind-swept roads, crumbling, disused castles and dark, quaking taverns. I hope I'm reading things right. I don't know. I can't read. I know I keep making that joke, but it's not a joke. It's true. I really can't read. Okay, well, I can read, but, were you fond of those days?
Not a bit. In the past.
I was light and free and at a loss, so to speak. I drifted aimlessly wherever the wind blew. One evening, I wound up here in Halloween Town.
Actually.
I hadn't planned to stay longer than I did anywhere else, but for one reason after another, I never was able to get around to leaving. Eventually, I just got used to the idea of living here. Is there anything you miss?
Like,
Is there anything you miss from where you came from?
I've forgotten.
If there is, I've forgotten.
I
once missed my family and friends and the slow, bitter nights when I was alone. Now I can't remember their names or faces or what their laughter sounded like.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
Don't be. A lot of water has flown under those bridges, and a good thing at that. I gazed into Zero's eyes, which had become low, smoldering like embers about to die. Instinctively, I reach out to chuck him, but check myself at the last moment. Zero observes us with a sad smile. What does that mean?
What?
What does what mean?
Well,
The thing's holding, that the thing holding you is losing its grip. What does that mean?
That means.
It means my memory is weakening in my old age, which is paradom. I don't know. Since I have been in Halloween Town long before you were even born. But you, my dear cat, are young, and unless memories start improving dramatically with great haste, you will fail your Halloween exams and be expelled from school. Fine, be that way. I turn to my book in a huff. Just as I'm about to lift my pen, Zero speaks up.
Thank you.
Cat. What for?
Never mind.
Nothing, never mind. We spend the rest of the night, in complaint, in... I don't know. I don't know how to say anything. I don't know, okay? Day 27th. Oh, wow. We have a while until Halloween then. We have like 12 more things. Okay, yeah, we can do some potion making then. We'll just, okay. Nope, not what I wanted. God damn it. Nope, wait, yes? think so. Or... yeah, I think that's...
Come again.
Thanks, doll. Come see us again soon. The instant the last two customers leave, Carmilla hums cheerfully to herself and locks the front door for lunch. I'm about to take the first bite of my burger when she turns to me with a sort of smug satisfaction. We worked hard this morning, did we not? I'm positively parched. I stare at her with my mouth open, very appalling sight before clamping it shut. Parched? Oh, hold on. I'll grab your lunch for you and we can eat together. I go look underneath the counter in case she left a bag, but there is nothing. Quickly, I race to the back, but there isn't anything in the icebox either. I return. Carmilla eyes me full of amusement. Did you forget your lunch today? Seems so.
What shall I do?
I look back at my own lunch, a leftover burger from last night's supper, and a bottle of milk. I guess I could go halvesies. Well, if you need a drink, you can have some of mine. I thrust the unopened bottle towards Carmilla, but she immediately takes a step back, like it's minced garlic, which I'm pretty sure it's not. What gives? Oh, no thank you, dear. Milk is not quite to my taste.
You know?
It never really satisfies me, you know? She smiles gently and saunters over to me. When I look into her eyes, I see the same spark as when she looks at a customer. It's chilling. I know what she's doing, but her voice is so hypnotic it's almost causing my heart to skip a beat. But my darling little witch, do you know what would satisfy a thirsty vampire, yes? Blood? If it's bad enough that you want to enthrall me, I guess I could give you some of mine, but you owe me.
Right.
And it better not hurt. Sweet cat, you're always full of surprises.
I feel a little embarrassed.
Even when you knew what I was up to. Oh goodness, I feel a little embarrassed. She glances away and twirls her hair around her index finger. Well, we're friends, and you've always helped me out, so I think it's the least I can do.
My dear.
You're so kind, not to mention 100% right.
I promise.
I swear to you that I should only take the teensiest bit.
Come on.
Give me your hand, please. I do exactly as she asks. With her satisfied little hums, Carmilla kneels down before me and takes my hand, then gently presses her lips to the back of my palm. I feel a pinch for just a moment, but then nothing but a little dizziness. Carmilla lifts her head and licks her lips before removing a handkerchief from her sleeve, which she carefully wraps around my hand. Red berry with notes of chocolate and cream. You certainly like your sweets, don't you? Huh? You can tell that from my blood?
I have experience.
I have an experienced palate for such things. If you're truly curious, I suppose I could give you, the pinch of my own. I don't know what words mean anymore. Words, English and words are losing meaning. I'm dying. Oh my god. Few things upon this earth are quite as energizing as fresh blood when you have an acquired taste, of course. She does look like she has a lot of get up and go, but drinking blood? You know what? Fuck it. Sure. Well, if it tastes as good as you said, a little won't hurt.
I'm impressed.
Oh, how adventurous. I'm impressed. But, my sweet witch, I was hardly serious.
You know?
To drink a vampire's blood is to become one yourself, after all.
Really?
What? Really?
Yes.
Yes, so be careful what you agree to, Cat. There may be a number of benefits to vampirism, but you should think them over first.
At any rate.
Do you know, I do know a less physical means of absorbing energy. It may not be as efficient as blood, but it should provide a pick-me-up in a pinch.
Oh.
You mean like draining psychic energy? I wiggle my fingers spookily at Carmilla, and she shakes her head, smiling briefly. Something like that, yes. As a spell called Leech Life. That sounds ominous, but let's get to learning. Alright, darling, I'll teach you how to catch Leech Life. Camilla spends the rest of our break instructing me on how to steal energy indirectly. It's a pretty simple process. All you have to do is lock eyes with your target after casting the spell, and you slowly drain their energy. Nice and straightforward. Not even I could mess this up. I haven't a chance to test it though. After she showed me, Carmilla wouldn't even look at me. The awkward silence stretches between us for what seems like forever. Shortly after our break, a customer finally shows up, and they're wearing a mean face that spells business. Hey, I want to return this. I blink, then quietly tap the small board next to the counter sheepishly.
Well,
We have a no return policy on every product in the store. Sorry. What does that matter? My spell didn't work, and I demand to see your manager. Our eyes meet, and we sort of stare at each other. It takes me a second to gather up the nerves, so I decided to put what I learned to good use.
life leech.
Slowly, the man's shoulders begin to sink, and I feel a bit of energy gradually wake me back up. Thankfully, after about 5 minutes, he just shakes his head and wobbles off without a word. Nightshade wins. As I fist pump into the air, I think I catch Carmilla smiling at me out of the corner of my eye. But when I go to look again, she seemed to have vanished. Too unprofessional? Or maybe I should be careful with this spell, as she told me not like I'm going to be leeching out the answers of the Holy Exam anytime soon. I don't trust the blood. You don't know what they did to themselves. This is a good point. Like, I don't think I would want to drink blood that has cocaine in it. That does not seem good. That's honestly seems like a bad idea, in all honesty. Alright, let's just buy some blue potions, and then we don't have to, like... I'm also gonna have to have potions for the actual exam, which that will be interesting. Bleh. Okay. Hello?
Damien!
It's time to teach me, the best pupil in Dormier some magic. I strike a pose, expecting them to come to meet me. I wait, but, get no such greeting. Then, rounding the corner of our doorway, I find my roommate staring at a skull. Damien?
Hello?
Hello, Earth to Damien. As I get closer, I notice a couple of papers spread out in front of them on the table. They're of the school's spookiest subject, mathematics. Damien must be so focused thinking of an answer, that's why they didn't grade me. I guess even sometimes someone as serious as them can be a bit spacey sometimes. 8 by 12 and 12 by 8 are the measurements we think are pretty great.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, thank you. That makes a lot more sense. Did that bonehead just talk?
Huh?
Kat, when did you get home? 5 minutes ago. I did the pose and everything.
Well,
More importantly, did that skull just talk?
Yes.
It did.
A long time.
In his time, my maker endowed me with magic to communicate with the dead.
oh.
Oh, that's it? I do that all the time. Though the dead guy I've communicate with never does my homework for me. These spirits are a little more otherworldly than Zero. But their insight has been wonderful to have for more complex homework questions. Just as Damien finishes, I clasp my hands together and hold them to my chest with a pleading eyes.
Can you teach me?
Can you teach me, please? I'm sure I could use some help with my homework sheet, too.
Okay.
I don't see why not.
It's simple.
It's a fairly simple process. You just have to coat the mouth of the skull with frankincense.
That's all.
Then you need to charge it with magical powers using the spell Philosophize. I don't have any frankincense, and I have to run to the store.
Maybe?
Maybe I can convince Carmilla to give me a discount. I am mid-moving to dash out the place and down the street faster than a tumbling jack-o'-lantern, but Damien stops me.
No,
Don't.
please.
You can borrow some of mine if you want to give it a try, that is.
I'll work hard.
Thank you so much. I'll do my best. For the best friend I know. They blush and avert their eyes a little.
Well,
Yes, well, watch closely, please, Cat. I'll try and teach you how to cast Philosophize. Oh my god. Banishing Scald Taint with herbs is kind of weird, but at least it's easy. I got something stuck in my throat. Okay, I think we're good. Under Damien's instructions, I make the preparations fairly quickly.
Right.
Great, I think I got it.
Yes.
Hey, Skull, buddy. I have a potions assignment due tomorrow. Tell me if I should use bat meat or gourd spice as the base for this elixir of wheezing. Regarding your inquiries about the potion of cough. Oh, it's working! Look it up yourself and sawed right off.
Hey.
Hey, do you have a bone to pick with me? We the spirits do not live to serve, disturbing our rest we do not deserve. If you want to pass your tests, then study yourself and don't be a pest. That guy sure was rude for someone without a leg to stand on. Just because you've been alone for a century doesn't mean you can... Don't take it personally. Most spirits are surely at the best of times. Isn't this spell supposed to make them, you know, cooperative? This method only allows you to communicate with the dead, not command them. Though the soul did have a point, you can't exactly take study aids to your final exam.
Guess not.
I guess not. But it was worth a shot.
Well,
Thanks for nothing, you bonehead. To you which we do say bye, and I know you are, but what am I? Why, you... I think that's enough for this lesson. They gently grab my shoulder and hold me back and look at me with the greatest kindness and concern in their eyes. Go take a break, Cat. I'll, lay your friend here back to rest. Okay, thank you, Damien. After my break, I spend the remainder of my day cramming more for the Halloween exams. And occasionally I find a light snack placed on my desk for me that never fails to make me smile. Okay, I'm actually need to go to the bathroom real quick, so we're gonna go BRB before I need to start reading more again. So, behave and chat. Hello, I'm back. Popstar, why were you talking about war crimes? You should not have been talking. God damn it, I can't leave you guys alone for a couple minutes. Someone's gonna start talking about war crimes.
Just a moment.
What's taking them so long? Damien, do you need some help? My question gets a very obvious answer when Damien appears near the top of the stairs with a large sack of books in their hand. Can they even see over that, page mountain?
Apologies.
I don't know how to read things. Apologies, Cat. I just wanted to make sure I had brought... Oh. Eek. I rush over as Damien trips over their feet, but it's too late. They go over the banister and tumble down the stairs, landing in a heap of books and limbs on the floor.
Damien!
Damien!
No!
Speak to me. Oh, no. I dig through the books, but they don't move.
Damien!
Are you? Oh no, don't let me get accused of murder.
It's okay.
I'm still alive. Huh? With a grunt, Damien stands themselves back up and dusts off the unseen dirt from their clothes. There wasn't a scratch on them. Huh?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Cat. I didn't mean to make such a mess. I'll clean it. Wait.
Are you alright?
Are you feeling alright? You're quite pale. Damien! I cry crocodile tears and throw my arms around their neck to emphasize the horrible crimes against my sanity. It was very much my alter ego, sourdough serpent. Sure, Pop-Tart. Sure. They tense a little bit at first, but then wrap their arms around me not long after.
Don't you know?
Don't worry me like that ever again. I almost had to imagine life in the dungeons. Thank you for your concern. You bet. But that looked like a really nasty fall. It's a miracle you can stand. You're still standing right now. Oh, that's not a miracle. It's a magic spell called Indestructible. Indestructible?
Yes.
When I was created, my maker took good measure to assure no harm would come to me, to my person. Wow! With a capital W-O-W. Wow.
I could
If you're interested, I can teach you part of it. It'll be perfect for you.
Right!
Count me interested.
Excellent.
Wonderful. Now you won't have to worry so much. What was that again? Nothing.
Watch closely.
Now,
please.
watch closely. I'll try and teach you how to cast Indestructible. Sourdough Serpent is canon. Sure, Pop-Tart.
Indestructible!
Suddenly, a swelling feeling takes a hold of me and then dies down. I don't feel much different from before. Of course, other than the sudden urge to perform immediate and daring feats to test my new capabilities. I grip both fists and hold them up in front of my chest in anticipation.
Right!
Okay, I think I got this. So, I'll take this stack of books to the top of the stairs and then throw myself down.
Don't.
I think absolutely not. Wait, you mean that wasn't what the books were for?
Of course not.
No! Goodness!
Well.
Those are books about magic theory if you really want to test that badly. Here, hold on. I'll grab you something.
Do it.
Don't you dare jump down those stairs, Cat. Yes, my liege. I oblige, my liege. Damien casts doubtful glance before walking away. A few seconds later, they emerge with a wooden plank.
Okay.
Please recast the spell and try punching this as hard as you can.
Impossible.
Now we're talking. I'd probably take some sort of martial arts to break this plank if I didn't have the power of magic and Damien by my side.
Right!
Okay, so I just use this sigil and take this cat heart-shattering comet punch. Crack. My fist goes through like a hole puncher, through a grating hard, and blah 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 blah, and I don't feel a single thing. Damien looks satisfied.
Excellent.
That was excellent. The spell should make you invulnerable for about 5 minutes each time you cast it. Although you don't have to name your attacks. What do you mean? Naming them's the best part.
The incomparable.
The
one
un and only. How else will people know it's the incomparable one and only Cat Nightshade doing them? You should try it too. If you say so. Maybe for another day. For now, I have some books to clean up. Why did I try to bring so many? Watching as they go to pick up the books scattered across the stairwell, I decide to venture over and follow suit. Damien casts me a surprised look. Oh, you don't have to trouble yourself. I know you hate cleaning. It's fine. This is my home too, after all, and I owe you one for teaching me that spell and all.
Thank you.
As we work on it together, silence falls upon us and causes me to think. Why would your maker want you to be indestructible anyway? You're not even a klutz. Oh, that's... Well, when I was created, my maker was, not well liked in the neighborhood we lived in. Humans used to throw things at us or try to chase us out. They managed to... sometimes.
No way.
What? Those bullies! I roll up my imaginary sleeves and put on my most mean and serious face I can muster. When I'm done with them... Cat, it's okay. It was a long time ago. Those humans have all died already anyway. But that was the reason why. My maker always said we needed to have thick skin to get through life. So he made you the most impenetrable of all.
Yes.
I guess so. But as long as you're with me, even if you're not, I'll make sure to protect you.
Thank you.
That's very kind of you. So I hope you can keep smiling without worries, Damien, my sweetest friend in the world. They avert their eyes from my view and shyly slide their hands behind their back.
It's nothing.
I'll try. I love all of them! I fucking love all of them. Oh my god. Mine will be named Snake's Holy Arson. Don't commit arson. Arson is bad. Very illegal. Okay. Hover, we should probably learn. And then, yeah, after that, we're just gonna be stocking up on potions. I think otherwise we'll be good. I think maybe I'll learn Fireball too. Look at the geese. Off they go for their winter vacation. Above us, a flock of wild geese are winging southwards. The pattern of their flight moves like light and graceful against the deepening twilight. You know, sometimes I wonder what it would be like to be a bird flying south, crossing roads, dark seas, and never-ending desert dunes.
Yes.
The ruins of forgotten cities and new towns bursting to life. And through orchards and cavern trails and little sparkling oases over the high, lonely velvet in bloom. Zero and I are silent for a moment as we contemplate how wonderful the bird's natural pilgrimage must be.
Unfortunately.
Sadly, I do not know any spell that lets you turn into a wild goose, but...
Well...
I do know how it feels... But do you know how it feels to be airborne?
Can you teach me?
Can you teach me a spell to fly? Really?
No.
Almost. I can teach you a spell that allows you to hover. You won't grow rings or dance in the sky or feel the shouting winds sweep against your face. But hover will let you slip the surly bonds of this earth for a time.
Zero!
Teach me to hover.
Alright.
Alright, prepare yourself, Cat. I'm gonna teach you how to cast it. La 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 la. Stay hydrated, kids. Some dull and heavy forces, which I hadn't realized was dragging me down all this time, begins to fray. My shoulders feel light, as though I have slipped off a bag full of stones.
Zero!
My feet, they're
Yes.
no longer touching the ground. Yes, we have liftoff.
Don't worry.
You'll find it difficult to keep upright in the air on your first attempt. Don't worry, it's perfectly natural.
Zero!
I'm flying! I'm flying! I flail my arms out wide as I would if they were wings. The dry autumn breeze caresses my face, my hair, my skin.
Right.
Geese, all you silly geese, watch this. I dart at the small cluster of wild geese circling above, watching me half in curiosity. I don't know how to spell how to pronounce things, guys. As I inch closer, they erupt in a canopy of indefinite cries and dart off in every direction, leaving me gasping with laughter. I can fly, Zero, let's fly south too.
Unfortunately.
If only we could. What's happening? My arms feel heavy.
Don't.
You've done extraordinarily well for someone who has cast hover for the first time. Don't push your luck, Cat. Isn't safe to try climbing any higher.
Why?
Why not? I'm going to keep flying.
Well.
Time for you to come down to Earth before Earth drags you down and makes you flatter than a pancake. Flatter than a pancake?
That's how it is.
That's what happens when you run out of magic and gravity takes its revenge.
Pay attention.
This is hover, not insubstantiate. You still have a physical form after all. Eeh! Reluctantly, I gave into the pulling forces that seems intent on bringing me down from the air.
You know.
Those who just learn hover usually cannot keep airborne higher than a few inches and longer than a few seconds.
But
With more practice, you can learn to go higher and longer, but you will have a limit, as do I. Even you. My feet once again brush the ground, and I find myself doubled over, panting as though I just had ran a marathon.
of course.
Of course, at your altitude just now, we poltergeists can use hover pretty much indefinitely, but even we have limits to how high we can reach before our magic fails us. When we cast hover, we use supernatural magic to surpass the limitations placed on us by nature for a minute, an hour, a day, but their flight, Cat, we returned to watch the little specks from the flock of wild geese disappearing from view into the horizon.
Yes.
It's a magic all of its own. While cleaning the shop, I found a very unique-looking, obviously ancient face. Was there any other kind? Amazed by the I took it off. At the same moment, Camilla appeared out of nowhere and spooked the hell out of me. As soon as I dropped the vase, the shop was shrouded in darkness, and then evil spirit appeared. I must have the work so quickly I was able to stitch the vase so spirit returned. Okay. I drink Red Bull, it gives you wings. I mean, I guess that could be a solution. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this world Red Bull did actually give you wings. You know, like, I would not be surprised if that was the case. I think I had a better height in that. Again, I find Damien by the stairs with a needle and a thread. I'm getting hit by an odd sense of deja vu. More repairs, Damien. I get into position. But nothing falls out this time either. They've gotten pretty good at securing themselves these days.
Welcome home.
Please don't, sneak up on me like that. Hey, I wasn't even being sneaky this time.
But
I need more water. I'm just a very thirsty bat tonight, apparently. But I haven't seen this much surgery since that Dolhan guy's head fell off. Do you have a hot date coming up or something? I'm leaning close with a huge grin on my face.
Of course not.
It's just that the machines have been wearing, the machine has been wearing out lately, and I wanted to be prepared. Machine? What machine?
Well,
They're quiet for a long moment after that. I can't really tell what they're thinking, but before I can decide if it's something I should pry for them to talk about or not, Damien speaks up again. Cat, can I ask you something weird? Like personal weird or weird? Because the answer is yes either way.
let's say.
Well, let's say you had a boat. Do you think that after you replace every part of that boat, it would still be the same one? Oh, yes, this is a philosophical question. I forget the specific name of it. It involves Theseus's ship, because I remember it's the ship from the Argonautica. I can't believe I remembered the fucking name, but I couldn't remember Theseus. God, I am awful at my Greek mythology. Someone take my license away. For some reason, two friends, I use that line in a story, and they ended up becoming a superhero. Ship of Theseus. Yes, I figured it out, but also, hello, Owl. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still my boat.
Right.
It didn't stop being mine just because I put a cuter sail on it or whatever.
Really?
Even if there's nothing about it, that's the same as when you first got it.
Yes.
No doubt, boat it. I suppose I see your point.
Well.
It's pretty out there, though. Why do you ask?
Well.
Well, have you heard of the ship of Theseus? Nope, what is it? It's an
um,
old philosophy question.
Let's say.
Let's say a great hero went out on a long journey by boat.
So.
Over the course of the expedition, the boat becomes worn and needs to be repaired many, many times.
Oh.
If you replace every part of it, is it the same ship as when it comes home? Exactly. Which is why I asked. Their words trail off and they purse their lips.
It's nothing.
It's just been on my mind lately, that's all.
Damien.
Do you possibly feel like the ship in the story?
Huh.
It's obvious, dude.
Maybe.
Maybe a little bit.
You see.
I've lived centuries, you know? And
Well.
human bodies aren't meant to last that long, so I've had to replace my parts many times. Likely more times than that boat ever was.
So.
I'm not sure if this is me that exists today is really me.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Kat. I'm not making any sense, am I? The ship, still has its character. Exactly!
Huh.
I knew it. It was foolish. I'm sorry.
No.
Not that at all. I slap both hands against my head and I look at Damien. Consider it sweet, gentle Damien. They make my heart want to lurch out and hold them forever in my witchy embrace.
Damien.
It's just, you're not an object, Damien. You're a person.
Right.
From the top of your head to the tips of your toes, just like me.
Right.
I mean, I'd still be Kat even if I changed my outfit, cut my hair, or lost my arms and legs, right? That's a pretty drastic leap, but, yes, of course.
Yeah.
That means you're still you, too.
Well.
No matter how many fingers and toes you have, or lungs, or whatever else there is.
Yes.
For as long as you exist, you are still you. And the Damien I know is the best housemate in the world. In the whole wide world. I cannot fucking read tonight. You're exaggerating.
No.
Not even a little bit. I know a lot of people, but I could not imagine my life without you in it. Their face flushes with pink that even outdoes the shade of their hair, and blushes a little in response, scratching the back of my neck sheepishly.
Damien.
You have the kindest heart out of everyone I know. The pink of their face fades quickly as it came.
That's right.
I see, thank you. Huh? They looked so bright for a moment there, but now it's like everything just collapsed in on itself without any warning whatsoever. My chest tightens. What'd I say?
It's
No, it's nothing. I was just thinking. I need to finish these repairs within the next hour since the spell might wear off.
I'm sorry.
For taking up your time. Please don't mind me. If you say so, I suppose. Damien goes back to work without saying another word, and I know I've messed up somehow, but I don't know how, and it's eating me alive. I desperately want to press my Franken friend for some answers. Then again, my matchmaker sense is telling me they just want to be alone right now. Maybe I should give them a minute.
Damien.
Sorry, Damien, for everything. I love all of them. I love all of them so much. But I wouldn't be Pop-Tart Snake if Grasp ate any part of me. I guess maybe eating is a special little, I guess, note or whatever. I don't know. Bum 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 bum. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do that. I think I've worked more in the shop than I've studied for my exams this week. Not that I blame them for wanting me around. I'm kind of wonderful. So at least if I'm a failure of a witch, I can probably stay here for the rest of my days. Especially with the best saleswoman as distracted as she's been lately. Carmilla, I don't think the display for our 2-for-1 deal on hands is going to crawl off anytime soon. You can maybe stop securing it? Carmilla's shoulders stoop up and she stares at her hands for a long moment. When it sinks in, however, she takes a step back and her cheeks are surprisingly pink.
I suppose.
Oh, well, I suppose they're no longer alive. No. Oh. This is easily the saddest and least subtle thing I have ever watched. Something is up. The recently appointed best detective in Dormamere High is on the case. Are you okay, Carmilla? You seem pretty un-Carmilla-ly today.
Perish the thought.
I'm perfectly fine, my sweet.
Now,
Though, now that I think about it, I do have the need for your expertise.
well...
Nothing magic related, given my current predicament, I hope.
No.
No, darling. Love. What is it? Well, in your view? I feel my own eyes widen in excitement, and a million answers battle it out in my mind to see which one can get out first. When I do, where do I even begin with how great love is? I put both of my hands on my chest and close my eyes wistfully.
Right.
Love is the best feeling in the world. No, the whole universe. It leaves you feeling like you can walk on the sun or fly to the moon or the most painful thing imaginable. My eyes pop open. Well, love can be that too, but I notice the way the crease in Carmilla's brow deepens. It's the same as the day she snatched that old sketch from my hand. Should I? Yeah, I think I will. Are you thinking about the girl from the picture? Carmilla hesitates, then gives a reluctant nod.
Tonight.
Is the anniversary of when she first darkened my doorstep. Carmilla gently touches one of the hands on the display, a sorrowful expression on her face. She looks past me, past everything in the shop, and I wonder what memory is resurfacing inside her. I lean on the counter, suddenly feeling that heavy sensation in my chest. It's one thing to see your matchmaker your match work out in love blossom, but it's a whole nother thing to experience. It's a whole nother experience to witness heartbreak. Will you tell me about her? At first, I didn't think she'll answer, but then Carmilla takes a deep breath, a deep, shuddering breath. She was only supposed to be my prey, at first. I had begun adapting to my new abilities and had decided to adopt a sort of... She makes a circular movement with her wrist, obviously debating her next choice of words.
Yes.
Catch and release policy. I would only drink as much blood as I needed to live, and then I would release my victims back into the night without further harm.
Huh?
And you didn't get caught?
You dummy.
I wouldn't be here if I had, now would I, silly witch?
I suppose.
It was a dangerous time for vampires back then, which is understandable, I suppose. A cat is not welcomed guest among mice. But my dear little mouse was nothing like the rest. A fond smile creeps over her lips.
She was.
Bold, brilliant.
Yes.
She had seen me as a rival, not just a beast to be hunted.
Now,
Even when I did lose to her, there was always an opening to escape, so I always left her in turn. One in turn. Our little game was like a dance that spanned many a year. But then one day, I overstepped. What did you do? I I tried to force her to drink my blood.
Huh?
You what?
Mm.
Hard of me, I know.
You know?
As I once said, drinking a vampire's blood will turn any mortal of the living dead, mortal into one of the living dead, if the circumstances are right.
Camilla.
Sudden traces of horror mixed with disgust are written all over her face.
But
Rather than our usual game, she cried out for help.
she was.
Terrified of me, she wouldn't even look at me.
I...
Managed to escape just moments before the mob barreled down upon us. That was the last mercy I was offered. When I had tried to approach again, she had served as much willing bait for a trope of vampire hunters.
Don't you worry.
Worry not, I was too crafty by far and had outsmarted them all, of course. Something doesn't light up here. Why did you do it?
Why?
If you knew she didn't want to drink your blood, why did you try to force her? I did not know then what I know now. That's hardly an excuse, I know, but the idea of watching her age, watching her sicken and die, leaving me with a life that didn't have her in it, it was excruciating.
It's love, love, love.
I thought maybe we could dance our dance forever. Camilla sighs. I wanted someone to stay by my side so we could be in love for all eternity.
But
In the end, though, I behaved like the beast that the townsfolk believed me to be. How dreadfully ironic.
Camilla.
You wanted my expert opinion, right? She does not respond, but I tell her anyway.
Well...
I think that love means accepting change and each other's differences, and letting that special someone go when it's time. The idea of an immortal love sounds nice, but it's only if the other person wants that too. Carmilla remains silent and goes to sweep the floor. I might have upset her, but I stand by what I said, not only as a matchmaker, but as a person. Eventually and quietly, from across the shop, I hear her say something. I only wished I had learned about that sooner. Ah! God, there, I love all of them. I love all of them so much. Chat, you don't, Go download this game now. It's free. It's free on Steam. You can't have Lawrence, but like Lawrence is, you have to pay like $5. But I love this game. It's great. I've played it. This is like my third time playing it. Ah! Na, 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 na. My mother just came in and dropped a cat in my room. No, I have not crashed. A cat was just dropped in my room, and now I just have a cat in my lap. Chat, say hello to Buttercup. Hello, baby girl. You wanna meow? You wanna meow and say hi to chat? Nope. Nope, you just wanna lay on my lap. Okay. Oh, hello. Whenever I get my computer and my FE-ROM is done, sure, I'll get it. Are you purring? Hi, baby. Okay, so there's gonna be... Hello, Buttercup. Yes. It's my little baby cat. She's now just here, I guess. Hi. What are you doing? What you doing, huh? Do you know what you're doing? Are you just being a little girl? You being a little guy, huh? Yes, hello, Buttercup. I mean, it's appropriate, you know, a cat for playing a game like Witch and I'm a Witch, yeah? Hello, Buttercup. You're very cute, Buttercup. Okay, we get some more potions and I get a break from reading. My brother requested from all sides, ringing up a customer who's nagging me because he was in a hurry. When I finally told him the total he's on the other end, he decided to stop. Telekinesis. Woo woo woo. Hi, Buttercup. What are you doing? Okay, can we reposition you in my lap so you're not like on one leg? I don't think that's good for your balance. You know, I just a hunch. Hello, baby girl. Hello, baby girl. Hi, sweetie baby. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. I think we have enough potions now. Especially since I can buy them. But we only have 6 more events. Hello. Hello. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What learn? Oh! My dad just gave me a heart attack. Yeah. She's fine as long as she doesn't eat the wires. She's being chill right now. She eats and I'll kick her out. Okay. Did your dad just go meow meow meow? Yes, yeah, he does that. He does that to the cat. That's how he communicates with the cat, which he just snuck up behind me, scared the shit out of me, and then took her from my lap. It is a very eventful stream tonight, I suppose. I have no idea what to do now. Maybe we'll work another shift. Get some more money, you know? So I can buy more potions and stuff. Because I think we need a lot for the... Hi! Are you meowing now for chat? Huh? Hi! You're just completely derailing everything! Late stream event was fun. Yeah, stream, apparently, maybe I should stream later. I don't know, probably not. I feel like I'm dying a little. I don't think we're gonna need to make more. I think we can just buy whatever else, but Fireball seems about right. I mean, I don't know. I can't remember. Learn the spells. Cat Nightshade, the stress, the worried.
I
I've been wondering, Kat. What?
Well,
Setting aside this Halloween exam for I'm just a moment. Isn't there a spell that you'd actually like to learn? A spell I'd like to learn?
yes.
Yep, I thought it might be less stressful for you to learn a spell you've always wanted to learn.
Like,
You mean such as a spell to make every matchmaking party I have a huge success?
No.
No. Anyway, you don't need a spell to manage that. Are you under my feet? Where are you? Oh my god. Okay. You know what? I might just put you in my lap again. So I can keep track of you. God. Hey! Hey! What was that? What was that? Why did you grab my hand like that, huh? Ay, ay, ay. A tinge of pink tickles my cheeks. Thank you, Zero. I'm, by far, without a shadow of the doubt, the most amazing matchmaker in Domermere High, aren't I?
Wait.
That wasn't a- wait, what sort of compliment was it? Ugh.
it's love, love, love.
It makes the world go round, round, round.
You know.
Let me put it this way. Suppose everyone you know has already found happiness in true love, and there isn't anyone left to matchmake with anyone else anymore. I'm trying to get there. You mustn't rush me. That's not what I meant. Keep calm, Zero. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly, I move my arms up and down in alignment with my breathing for Zero to see. His brow twitches slightly at the sight.
That means.
What I was trying to say is, given the situation I described just now, wouldn't there be a spell you'd be interested in learning?
Like,
When I was little, I do remember the fantasy stories we would read together. I do. I also recalled that you were a lot less insufferable then. I love the tale of the powerful mage who could call lightning down from the sky, cleave mountains apart, and hurl fiery infernos. I used to daydream about how cool it would be if I would be a mage like that, battling the forces of evil with awesome spells.
Yes.
Summoning lightning and cleaving mountains are a little advantageous at this stage.
But.
Zero is such a mood. Maybe this is why I like Zero so much, because, like, Zero is like you, Owl. Maybe that's why I like Zero. I don't. The cat is being weird. She's being a cat. But how would you like to learn how to throw a fireball? Can you, you mean I can?
Yes.
I do. It's one of the most basic spells there is, and even a chronically which, like, you should be able to get the hang of it in no time.
amazing.
Awesome. Teach me, Zero.
All right.
Prepare yourself, Cat. I'm going to teach you how to cast Fireball. Mm-hmm.
Fireball.
As the area between my palms glow warm, a small little sphere of flames flicker to life. Wow, fire! I made fire! You should have been able to cast this 10 months ago. Well, it's better late than never, I suppose. Owls also like Jacob from Fire. No! Owl isn't like Jacob. See, the key difference between Zero and Jacob is Zero's just kind of a prick to everyone. But like won't be actively mean to them. Jacob, on the other hand, is actively a prick to everyone other than Corin, and is not nice to anyone but Corin. Like, Jacob would throw someone down a flight of stairs if it so suited him. Zero would not. Zero, follow me. Where are you going? I dash down the stairs to the kitchen with Zero trailing the air noiselessly behind me.
Fireball.
Zero, watch this. Fireball. I toss the fireball into the stovetop, which it starts burning. I grab a pan and some butter on the surface and crack 2 eggs into it.
I see.
I hold the pan over the stove and soon the eggs are crackling and savory smell fills the air.
Yes.
Fireball fried eggs.
Yes.
Jacob is also a Corin simp, sir. I mean, yeah. In my opinion, Jacob should have been one of the bi options because Jacob totally would have married male Corin. Jacob would have been like, I am not gay. I am completely 100% straight. What about your husband? He's an exception. Yes, quite. Fireball, while primarily used as combat magic, is a favorite of mages who arrange their barbecues on days with damp weather. What? What? I don't know if chat can hear you meow or not. Do you want up in my lap again? Is that it? Hey, Buttercup, come here. Okay, come on. Zero is a snarky asshole to everyone, but he does actively care and try to help, as opposed to Jacob, who only wishes to make it better for Corin. Exactly! Anyway, Buttercup, say hello to chat. No, okay. You scream when you're on the ground, but when you're in my lap, you're totally chilling. You refuse to talk to chat where they can actually hear you. Next, I fill a kettle with water and throw in a satchel of tea leaves. I'm going to make fireball boiled tea too.
Well done.
I'm so glad you're finding so many domestic uses for this spell. But tell me, Cat,
Well,
where are you going to give battle to a raving kraken with your fiery inferno? Say, save a Belgian city. Belagering, I don't know, by increasing hordes of undead led by an evil necromancer.
Well,
Okay, you want down or not? What do you want? Down, okay. Zero, I know I'm long way from being a true witch. I know I'm starting late, and I know there are so many things to learn and so little time. But I'm trying my best in my own way, and you know how lucky I am to have you here helping me push through it, Zero.
please.
Will you continue lending me your support like you always have through all this time? He stares deeply at my person before nodding gently and nearly hiding what is the softest smile I've ever seen from him.
eventually.
Yes. Yes, I will. I love him. I love Zero. I love Zero. Zero was the first one I romanced. I love Zero. I love Zero. Honestly, actually, we could just abandon Carmilla and go for Zero. No, I won't do that. I won't do that. I won't just completely abandon Carmilla. I kind of want to, though. Look, I like Carmilla. I'd be best friends with Carmilla. I'm not interested in Carmilla, though. Zero, however. Feral men and posh men. And we have one of each here, baby. Quite literally. Either completely disheveled feral or like, well done posh. No, you've already done Zero. I know, but like, listen, okay? Have you seen Zero? Are you meowing at me? What do you want? What do you want, kitty cat? Oh my god. Stick to the plan. Listen! I can't help it, okay? Strangers on protection, plenty of smaller creatures won't mind lending you a hand. Okay, let's shine some moonlight through the darkness tonight. Go wild with incredible strength, bite claws, 2 seconds. Howl, lick, use damage to yourself. Hide yourself. Stalking prey. Lick might be good. Stick to the script. There is no script. How many times do I joke I've lost the plot? I decided to hang around the human shop for a little bit and wait for Lawrence to come back for my daily magic lesson. Finally, I see him up over the front steps. However, he looks horribly battered.
Huh?
Lawrence, what happened? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Fine, scoot over. I need a sip.
Actually.
I was on hunt today, and the prey was an ancient, powerful monster. Most of the pack was wounded in the encounter, not just myself. Oh no, how can I help?
Again.
It's fine. Werewolves have stronger, regenerative qualities than most species. I'll heal in no time. But you look like you're in horrible pain now. Let me bring a bandage or something. Ah! In the middle of my fumbling, Lawrence starts licking his arm. Surprisingly, whatever his tongue touches, the bruise fades away to nothing. I stare at him wide-eyed. Is that... Well, blood planet, yeah. Huh? Oh, sorry. He puts his tongue away from his arm and corrects his formerly slouched posture. Anyway, I was saying, it's werewolf magic. Let me heal my wounds using my saliva.
You know.
Haven't you ever licked a cut to make it stop bleeding? Maybe. Yeah, it usually doesn't work like that for most people.
Well.
Same source though.
I'll teach
Here,
you.
I'll show you. It's simple. It's a spell called Lick. Show me? You mean you're gonna lick me? Yuck. Quickly, I jump back on one leg and throw my hands out of the shield. I mean, do you see him? Do you see him? I wouldn't be mad. Anyway.
No.
No, don't be ridiculous.
Pay attention.
Now pay attention as I'm gonna teach you how to cast Lick. Lawrence gives me a speedy demonstration on how to enhance saliva before sending me home early so he can finish healing. I'm grateful, but I'm glad he can see. It's kind of embarrassing. I didn't expect to have this much free time before dinner. Oh, this would be a great time to reorganize that dumb shelf. It wouldn't do for Damien to help me out again and again. And maybe Zero will stop looking at it as if to say, you live like this. I know that look very well. Owl gives me that look. Owl gives me, you live like this? It's like, yes, I do. And you've known me for 6 years. However, I only get midway through the task when I put one of my potion vials down a little too hard and it breaks my hands. Rats. It was pretty clean breaks, or at least there won't be any little bits to clean up, but I feel something warm running down my hand. Eek! My thumb has a huge cut. I guess since there's no glass splinters, I can try that new spell. How did Lawrence do it again?
Lick.
I cast the spell with only a minor hesitation, shove my entire thumb in my mouth. When I pull it back out, it's covered in saliva, but the cut has completely healed. There's only a faint scar where the glass cut it.
Wow.
It really worked.
Is studying so difficult?
That you have returned to your infancy in order to cope. Damn, Zero.
Huh?
Zero! Did he see that?
No.
Get out. I end up having to bribe Zero with dinner to keep him from talking about how he walked in on me sucking my thumb, even if it was for a magic spell. Gosh, maintaining a good reputation and passing grades is so difficult around here.
And then...
That's how I brought together the mummy and the goblin. I thought for sure the toilet paper wasn't going to hold out that long, but it really covered that bandageless spot splendidly. The business is slow at the shop today, so I suggested Lawrence and I go for a walk around the town square. He seemed to be in a pretty good mood, delighted even when I suggested it, but I'm still doing all the talking. Of course, I didn't think there was nearly as oppressive as the time when I prevented an entire war of supernatural proportions from happening in my first week. All it took was introducing the prince of the spirit realm to the right ghoul. He got married right after he graduated, too.
Hold it.
Okay, hold up. Question. I nod enthusiastically, eyes agleam. Finally, the cat boy speaks. Clearly, you're a professional at getting all these people, creatures, and everything in between together. It makes me wonder, why are you all alone then?
Huh?
Did you really have to phrase it like that?
Just answer the question.
Tease him. That's something totally different. Tease him.
Well.
He might growl. Well, sounds like somebody's got an ulterior motive.
I don't
think
so.
I like what you're implying.
Come on.
Don't be shy. Just say you really want to kiss me that much.
No.
I don't.
Well.
Then why did you ask?
Anyway.
I'm not a cupid or anything. I can't force people to fall in love.
Well.
I just see it super clearly when two people are obviously compatible with each other and cannot help but play the role of matchmaker.
Compatible?
You know, like chemistry, that special something that makes you feel like you've known someone forever and ever.
Oh.
Oh, you mean like how you act with everyone?
Hey.
Hey now, I do not.
But.
Enough about me, let's talk about you. What do you like to do?
Eat meat.
Yes, I got that. Anything else?
Napping.
He's such a good boy! Eating and sleeping. Are you a cat? Other than that? No need to be a wood. I enjoyed being a part of a local wild hunt chapter. He might growl, honey. What? 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 What do you want from me? I don't hide it. I'm very open about it. Wild hunt, I gasp and clasp my hands together. Oh, that fancying sport and hunting organization.
Wow.
Wowie, I heard it was there's a lot of high risk, high reward over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, our primary quarry at the feral monsters on the outskirts of Halloween Town. If they aren't taken down early, they get bold and start attacking travelers on the road. Oh, so that's why you told me to go back that one time. What is ow? Ow, cat! The cat started swatting near my feet because she's stupid.
Bus.
Though if it's a really strong one, we work in packs.
Expeditions.
Hunters travel in from other chapters in the area chapters to the area in order to kill monsters before it risks harming others. We call those expeditions. Gosh, have you ever gone on one? Lawrence pauses for a moment. I'm not sure what he's thinking, but he starts rubbing a little at his shoulder. The idea of him going on a high-risk venture starts to set particularly uneasy with me. Yeah, I participate all the time. I participated in the first exposition here. A small group went out hunting and was ambushed by a beast with claws as sharp as daggers and fangs like twin sabers. The beast
felt like a wolf.
But it was warped far beyond its former self. Scary, scary. I never want to meet a creature like that in my whole life. Never ever. I suddenly turned southern. More uneasiness sets in. You got it, right? Right?
No.
Unfortunately, no.
But
The beast killed a member of the party that originally found it and escaped into the night. No one has encountered it since. What? What? What do you want, little kitty cat? You're just gonna keep meowing at me, huh? Okay. If you knew where it was, would you go after it? Questions like that don't really matter if it isn't happening. I'll figure that out, if or when it does.
anyways.
It looks like we're getting near the shop and my lunch break is almost over.
Right.
I have to get back to work soon too. I've got some serious studying to do. Thanks for walking with me, Lulu. He seemed so distracted he didn't even react to the nickname as usual. I hope the topic didn't ruin his day. If you go out hunting again soon, be careful, okay?
I will.
Come on.
Promise.
All right.
Alright. Sheesh, I promise. I'll be careful. Good. Then let's take walks together again soon. His ears slightly twitch at that and he nods. I'm totally normal. I smile and try ignoring the garring worry building up inside me as I head home. I had my own exams to worry about after all. Still, I could not help but help the overwhelming fear of concern for his, for him amidst everything. Hey! Don't chew the cables! Oh my god. The cat is gonna kill me, guys. Anyway. It's exam day. So we're gonna just... with potions. Finally, the hour of truth is here. I turn around the oh, I should have bought... wait, I think I still have the opportunity to buy some. I look around the town square, which is filled with the brim with monsters, classmates, and upperclassmen. There are a few familiar faces lingering on the edge, cramming last minute. A few others nervously asking their crushes to the festival after the exams. Always a good sight to see. But at the very center of the square is Miss Magwitch, stern-faced and serious as ever, waiting for the witching hour to finally arrive. Once it does, she teleports us to the dungeons where we'll face our trials. Caused by Miss Magwitch, who is trying to sell potions to anybody that doesn't look prepared enough.
All right.
Are you gonna try eating cords again? You cannot just blep your way out of that. No, I'm mad at you now. Alright, I got a few minutes before the exam begins. Maybe I can do something to help with me passing? Get some potions. I dance around Miss West and I try, Mr. West, and I try to take a few extra potions for the exam. However, he simply ignores my request with a huff. It's time! Finally, Miss Magwitch's voice rings out and everyone goes quiet. Remember, your primary goal will be finding the exit. If you run out of potions, you will be teleported back here and it will count as a failure. Now line up! Alright, let's get started. I hope I have enough potions. I should have bought some. I didn't. I may have fucked up. Afterwards... No, we're gonna... Look, I'm not really into Carmilla, but... Afterwards, I'll go searching for Carmilla. After all, there's something I've been worried about. Why is it so dark in here? Glow! Shining my way through the nightshade way. Let's go.
Alright!
Finally, some light. Let's see, the door looks tight shut, and and the lever next to it looks broken. The lever is broken, if it'll get hurt. Damn these sharp edges. I have... Yeah, Stitch would probably be. No, I can mend this with Stitch. Here we go, easy as a piece of pumpkin pie.
Wow!
Well, this room is much bigger. Let's see, there seems to be a deep pit over there. I'm not sure if I can jump over it. And over there is a door. Big rocks block the way. I know I can animate this dude. It's been a minute. I'm not sure.
Wow!
This is such a dried up skeleton. Seems like this buddy has been in here for a while. Maybe it can tell me how to move on.
Philosophize.
A bowl of candy, a bag of treats, a dish of sugary sweets. Huh? Seems like the skeleton has a bowl of candy bombs.
Oh.
Neat, I could blast hands on some. My eyes sparkle with delight as I raise my hands and knock against the cage. Knock knock, trick or treat? For a moment, silence reigns. Just as I fear this bonehead, too, is ignoring me, it finally moves and pushes the bowl towards the edge of the cage. We are not home for you to scare. Here's a bowl of treats. Take one if you dare.
Right.
Success! I pump my fist in victory and I grab a handful of candy bombs. I don't think I've ever hovered over the thing. I think I've always just blasted through. I might do a thing where I might see what it is hovering at some point. I'll place the bomb here, get the fire from the torch here, and done. Closing my eyes and covering my ears, I run to the opposite corner of the room and wait. Kabloom! The explosion is barely powerful enough to rattle the floor, but when I open my eyes, the rocks are gone. Alright, next one should be halfway through. Eek, a zombie! What did he eat to grow so big? Why is he glaring at me as if I owe him money? Don't tell me he's also an obstacle I have to pass. Bum, 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 bum. We're gonna try and conserve as many potions, because I know that at like the end you need to have like, I think it's something like 12 potions. Well, I happen to need a snack anyway. Before the zombie can advance on me, I look him square in the eyes.
Life leech.
Within seconds, he grumbles and falls unconscious. That was easy. What's your little frog doing?
Oh.
Such a cute frog, what are you doing here? Okay, I can't do anything with him apparently. Now let's see, this seems like a dead end, but I have a feeling there should be a door here. Insubstantiate. Wait, this wall, there has to be. There's some, well, I can't just walk through it. Insubstantiate. Yes, let's see. Yes, it works. Now let's move on. Hello?
Huh?
Is that the Reaper? How on earth did Ms. Mad Witch get him here? Behind him seems to be the exit, though. Slowly turning my best to not make noise, I sneak behind the columns and out of his sight. However, just as I am almost in reach of the door, a voice as cold as snow fall upon my ears. Halt.
Huh?
Ah, there's that noise again! That wasn't bad, mortal, but to move on to the other world, you have to pay your passage. Aren't you the Reaper? I am. Then why would you sound like the ferryman? Besides, I'm not dead, and I don't want to go to the other world. No matter, to get out of this room, you need to pay me 20 potions, no matter which color. Okay. I do have enough. I was like, I don't know, I did not count. I do. Okay, good. Luckily, he lets me pass after. Boop! I did it. Woo woo. Woo woo woo, I did it. Come on. Hello? Hello? Oh, don't tell me the game is... No, okay.
Carmilla!
Okay, whatever. Carmilla! I burst into the human shop with reckless abandon, waving my hands enthusiastically in the air. You had 2 potion colors of over 10. I know, but I used potions. I don't know if I... like, I know I had enough at the beginning. I don't know. Listen, I was not paying attention to numbers. I was just kind of going for what was the lowest value. I burst
Wow!
I passed my exams. I did it. I'm gonna be a real witch and not be tragically expelled. I thought she was at the register, but the moment I mentioned passing, all I catch is a glimpse of Carmilla's cape fluttering as she rushes towards me and takes my hands in hers. Save now if you're paranoid of it crashing. I was talking about at the end. I will get so sometimes.
Congratulations!
My dear,
I'm impressed.
you've impressed me. I honestly had no faith that you would pass the Mag Witch's devilish exams with only a week's worth of studying, and yet here you are. What do you mean you had no faith?
Right.
I was under the tutelage of the beautiful and one and only Countess Carmilla. How could I fail with such a brilliant mentor? Carmilla's face flushes and she sinks into the collar of her cape. Really, she makes it too easy. Then it's most fortunate that I took you under my wing, isn't it? I give both of her hands a squeeze, and then she shyly peers at me in response. If I hadn't seen her in action, I didn't think she'd ever believe that she was any sort of hunter in the slightest. Which reminds me, actually.
Well...
Hey, Carmilla? Do you remember our conversation from the other day, where you outsmarted the vampire hunters? Her face falls a little, and she lifts her head to fully face me. Guess that answers that.
Wow.
How did you do it? It's been driving me peanuts. Well, I suppose you deserve a little reward.
Anyway...
The truth is, I didn't.
Now...
The little mouse, though she had acted as bait, she was my savior that night. The girl from the picture rescued you, but I thought she was scared of you. Camilla nods.
She was.
And I'm still not entirely sure why she helped me in spite of it all.
Maybe.
Perhaps she was simply following the old game, or perhaps that connection we shared still lingered in her heart.
At any rate.
Either way, she left me an opening, as she always had, time and time again, and I chose to take it.
Well...
What happened to her after that? She shrugged. Despite her nonchalant attitude, I can tell it bothers her. She downcast eyes, gives it away.
I have no idea.
That was the last time I saw her.
Well,
And from what I gathered, she died and was buried somewhere in I don't know that. Nope. I'm not even gonna bother. But that was decades ago. My hands tense up and press against hers. Do you want to see her again?
of course.
I just had intended to apologize properly upon our next meeting, but I never got the chance. I was foolish, too. I felt her grasp slacken in mine, as though she had drifted off in the moment I let go. But I had no intention of letting that happen.
Well...
What's stopping you?
Right.
You got like 3 raises and a bonus from Mr. West this week alone. And we've been working in the human shop long enough that we should be able to afford the trip, right?
Pardon?
We?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not just going to let you take a vacation by yourself, you know. I've always wondered what it would be like to travel across Europe.
Oh.
And there's a city of love in French too, isn't there? That settles it, I'm going. Despite my efforts, Camilla presses her lips together in uncertainty.
My dear little witch.
You truly are quite shameless at times, my darling, though I suppose that's just one of your many charms.
But...
When I visit the grave, won't you be bored?
Well...
Well, I need to meet my rival eventually, don't I?
Huh?
Your rival? She shoots me a blank stare for a long moment, but then her cheeks light up like the inside of a jack-o'-lantern.
Oh my.
Oh my. Oh my goodness. I did not think that you'd... Miss Countess, don't tell me you've fallen for me too. I raise one of Camilla's hands to my lips and gently kiss her knuckles. I think if she turns any redder, she'll explode. Sorry, too much? She shakes her head side to side vigorously, but does not reply. In response, I can't help but giggle until my own feelings of resignation creep in. Well, don't worry. I know you're still in love with her, so I won't tease you anymore. But I think that as long as those mistakes are haunting you, you won't be able to notice anybody else. And maybe I'm a bit selfish, but I at least want a fighting chance. Oh, my dear, sweet little witch, you have it all wrong. She gently pulls her hand from mine, and her heart sinks. Did I mess up? I thought she liked the aggressive approach. Sorry, I think I misread the, never mind.
Well...
Sorry, I'll go. But before I can turn away, Carmilla's hand is on my cheek to meet me, and she draws me into a kiss. My heart does a backflip against my chest. When she gently pulls away, I feel my witch's resolve begin to waver, having been suddenly overwhelmed by her soft lips. Is this a yes, or is it a no? I'm getting a lot of mixed signals here.
You dummy.
Oh, Cat, you dummy. The way I feel about her and the way I feel about you are completely different. She flicks the tip of my nose. Owl also does that to me. Owl flicks my nose and pinches it constantly.
Now...
She may always be important to me, but that does not mean there is no room left for you.
Even if I'm not immortal? Of course! I plan to cherish all the time we have for the precious thing that it is. And if a day comes that we should part ways, then I will keep every memory I hold of you close to my heart. Even if I cannot give her the apology she deserved, I may at least honor her memory by correcting the mistakes I've made in the past. And show her I can move forward in my future with you.
That's kind of sweet. That says. Once it registers in my heart that Carmilla likes me too, a fierce blush rushes against my cheeks and spreads to the very tips of my ears. I try to regain my earlier suave and charismatic composure, but words escape me. Be cool, cat, be cool.
Wow, that sounds pretty profound.
She raises a brow and smiles amused before proceeding to bat her eyelashes at me.
You think so, huh? I do. But after we visit and make amends, I really want to see Paris. Can we go? Please?
Yeah, I mean, it's cute. I mean, like, yeah, I took Carmilla in her eyes, waving up in my clasped hands at her. She stares at me for a moment, a little surprised, but there's such warmth in her gaze, I feel myself blush even more profusely than before. Long last, a soft chuckle escapes her lips.
Oh, all right.
The end! I love this game a lot. It's really good. There's not a lot of people who worked on it. It was a super small team, based in England. I really like this game. I think it's really, really good. The only issue I have with it is that if you play it like close together, it like, you know, like there's just a lot of repeating things, right? Like you get the same exact events for every single spell, which isn't such a big deal when you're playing it on your own. When you're like playing it for stream, it gets a lot more tedious because like I have to read it out and stuff. I mean, out of the three I have done so far, which is Zero, Lawrence, and Carmilla, I like Zero's story the most. I think it makes the most sense. I think it has the most satisfying ending. Carmilla's isn't bad. I'm not into Carmilla. I don't like Carmilla that much. She's like fine. She's fine. I would want to be friends with her. I'm not into her at all. And I haven't. Damien is the one I know the least about, but I think I'm not gonna do Damien on stream. I think I'm gonna do Damien on my own, like I've done with Zero. But Zero is my favorite so far, and Damien's gonna have to put in a lot of work if he wants to beat out Zero and Lawrence. But that's all I have. This has been an extra long stream because I really wanted to get this done. So I'm going to log off now. Thank you all so much for coming. It means a lot to me. It truly, truly does. I hope you had fun. I know I did. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever time it is for you when you are watching this. I will see you all Thursday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for some... What was it I said I was going to play? This is a good question. Call to the Lamb. That's right. But yeah, that is everything I have for you for today. So goodbye and good night, everyone!